pay your bills first, you're going to find you run out of money. And if you spend first, you're not going to have anything left over. Because trust me, most people end up spending it on things that are like not of value their money's going to come back to them. You buy a little piece of jewelry, you buy some clothes that you're only going to wear for a season or two. You go out to nice dinners, you eat up the money, and then you broke again.
Right.
That's my problem. I go drink and eat that money right up.
So for your future. That's what I'm saying. Take out a little chunk for a rainy day, for that day when you just couldn't help it. Stuff ran funny. You got some money set aside. And then you pay yourself savings that you're not going to touch for a long time, or you're going to invest at some point in time.
Okay, so that's two different ones.
That's two different things.
Now, how much do I pay for the first one?
It depends on you. I usually use 10 to 15%. Is what I budget. And it really depends on how much money I have. Because if I'm only getting $50,
right. Yeah.
I can put aside $5 or $5.50, $6.
Okay.
But it just seems minimal. But it's like I do. But if I get $50, I'm gonna put aside $10. So for my rainy day fund, because that's just a higher percentage, only because it's just it just seems silly to just do $5.
Okay, and then about yourself. I need help. Just tell me.
I'm telling you, that's how you do it. Rainy day fund, savings.
How much do I save for myself?
10%.
Okay.
Let's say that.
10, 15 to 10. And
then take a significant amount of what's left over, the net of that, to pay bills, and then leave just a little something else that's just mad money.
Okay.
Like this is where I'm gonna do my nails. This is where I'm gonna do my hair from this.
There we go. So that's not from my pay myself fund.
No.
Got you. Okay. Stop laughing, Dino. I need this.
No, I get it though. I get it. The first thing I want to do was spend it first. I'm like, Jason, we going out to eat.
I always pay my bills first because that's how I was taught. Cover your head first, or cover your ass, before you.
Well, yeah, you need to pay your rent,
right,
and stuff like that, and your car. You need the things, your essentials that you need, but you'd have to pay yourself. It sounds counterintuitive, but you are actually taking care of your business,
right? Because
you're going to have more money in the long run,
yes.
And when something goes down, an emergency, you'll got funds,
fine. Right? Exactly. I like that.
It's true.
I feel better already. I'm so 2020. Let's run this shit.
When you live in paycheck to paycheck, that is really. My auntie just died, and I'm so grateful that I have a rainy day fund that I can go and pay my respects, and I need more than pay my respects. I need to be with my family right now. And in the past, I didn't have the money to do that.
Yeah,
and it made me feel terrible. But now I have that. I can just I just need to go be with my family, and I can do that.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So now it's time for a question of the week. Okay. So our question of the week is, what is one of your most memorable experiences going to buy music, or concert tickets? Okay. So BTG, people wasn't feeling this. Sorry, bruh. This is like the least amount of answers we ever had.
Oh, dang.
It was still a good question. BTG.
2 answers.
It was a good question.
And so here we go. First off, we got Uncle
Pastor Powers.
Uncle Pastor Powers, thank you. And he said, back in high school, I used to catch a transfer at a bus stop right next to Sound Station's new and used records. One day, after many, many listens to Jimi Hendrix's smash hit album, I decided to trade it in for something new. When I came home with the Monkees' greatest hits. When I came home with the Monkees' greatest hits, my cousin Dimitri wouldn't talk to me for weeks. I don't blame you, Dimitri. That was over 40 years ago, and he still hasn't forgiven me. I don't care. That Monkees album was the jam.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Uncle, I like the Monkees too. And you just made Matt Crabtree cream his pants because that was his group.
Hey, we're the Monkees. I used to watch a TV show.
I love that TV show. And I like some of the music.
Yeah. Okay. Makila said, I didn't go buy the tickets. My mother did. I remember she showed me in the Sunday newspaper that Prince was coming to San Francisco for the Controversy Tour in 1982. She knew I loved Prince. She said she would get me the tickets. She would get the tickets for me. When she came home Monday, I asked her if she had gotten them. She had not. She said she had to do some overtime at work first to get the money. After 3 weeks later, she got them, and it was one of the best concerts I ever saw. Fast forward 3 years later, I had to get up at 2 a.m. to get in line that went all the way around the block at the Tower Records to get the Purple Rain Tour tickets in 1985. When the doors opened at around 7 a.m., everybody bum rushed the doors, and the tickets sold out in 1 hour. I was blessed enough to get nosebleed seats. Wow.
Well, that was Prince then, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, boy. That was
Prince is the man.
Yeah. Okay. Pip, what you got?
Mine is a Prince story, too.
Okay.
So this is actually more recently, since I moved to L.A. Prince won, I don't remember how many years ago, but Prince was releasing 3 albums in one night or something like that. And he was going to do 3 concerts in one night, all down at the LA Live, all the theaters there. He did one at the LA Live Theater, one at that little smaller room, and then one at like the Congo room or whatever that's down there at the LA Live. So I knew and because it's Prince, all tickets were going to be $77 for all seats for all shows.
Okay.
So I wanted to see the first show because I knew the more intimate shows, actually, if I'm being honest, he was going to do more new music. And I wanted to see him do older music. He was going to do that, the bigger ones. So I went online. I went all the way through the thing. I got it, and I was paying for it with my credit card, and the site crashed.
Oh.
And when I went back and refreshed it, it was sold out.
Oh.
So my girlfriend, Muffy, she had a ticket broker that she used. And actually her boyfriend, Dave, he's the one that gave me the information. And I used Dave's ticket broker, and I called them, and I was able to get a ticket. And it wasn't that marked up that much. It was only like maybe $90 or something like that. And I got a ticket, and I was right in the first balcony or like mezzanine. And I was like basically right in the dead center of the stage, like in line. I could see Prince straight up in the eyes. So that was so great. It was such a great concert.
Wow. Okay. Didi, what about you?
Well, back in the day, when I was finally able to go out, CDs were the thing. That was the thing. You would get CDs for Christmas, and people would buy you, like, what's that one? The Now. Now that's something. Number 3. Now that's music. Remember, it was like the compilation discs. And then Master P came out. Oh, my God. And I live right down the street. They opened up a Fabulous Music in LA. That was like the hit because when a new album would come out, the celebrity would go there and do like a sign in. Fabulous Music was the lick. So you would stand outside and wait for, who did I wait for? Not Master P, the skinny one.
Mystical?
No, Mystical was bomb too, but it wasn't Mystical because the other one, Silk the Shocker.
Oh, Silk the Shocker. Because
he was fine and he was tall. And I stood outside for a Fabulous Music and waited for Silk the Shocker to come. He didn't come, but I did get his album. It was like $17, and that was cool. And there was no booklet. It was only just one little paper thing with the thing on the front with just the album and one CD. And you took that home, and that was my most memorable time going to buy music or concert tickets, trying to go find Silk the Shocker.
Okay, so I don't have like a one-time, thing or whatever, especially concerts. I've only been to a handful of concerts, and most of those as an adult, just because I'm not really a concert person. But I really liked music. I loved music so much that in my young adult years and college years, I got a job at Music Plus just so I could get music cheap.
Oh yeah, Music Plus was the lick too back in the day.
And I would spend a good portion of my check on my discount, just getting these CDs it started off cassettes and then I transferred to CDs. But yeah, one of my memories is when I lived in Venice Beach, we had this place called Penny Lane. Penny Lane was a place. It was wasn't a traditional music store. You could go there and you could buy used and discounted music as well as new music, and you could also sell. Like if you had something that you didn't like or was tired of or whatever, you could sell it, and they would give you credit towards kind of like how kids do with video games with their Sega Genesis and their Xbox and PlayStation 4 games and things like that. They can take them back to the game place and they can get credit for an exchange. Yeah, you could do that with music at Penny Lane back in the day.
Wow.
Yeah. And I used to love going to Penny Lane, digging. They had albums, they had cassettes, they had CDs, all of that, And you could just go in there and you could find some really old stuff, like for good prices. And it was just really cool. And I remember this one time, it was when I believe it was Death Certificate. It was either America's Most Wanted or Death Certificate. One of the Cube album. I believe it was America's Most Wanted, his first solo album. I think it was that one. And I remember that the cashier girl, typical girl you would expect to see in Venice, a lot of tattoos and piercings and things like that. And when I came up to buy it, she said, "Oh, this is so dope. Have you heard it yet?" I was like, "Not yet. I'm about to take it home and listen to it." She said, "Nobody says motherfucker like Ice Cube."
Got a point.
That's true.
Yep.
It's probably because he has a lisp.
So anyway, that's
Ice
mine.
Cube.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out. I hadn't talked to you guys earlier, but it's our boy Chad Samuel Jr.
Shout out, Chad.
Is hanging with us in the chat today. Shout out, Chad. Our what do you call it? Our silent fourth member of the crew.
Yes, you shitheads, you shitlords, hanging out with us.
So thank all the rest of you guys, S Day and everybody else who's hanging out with us in the chat, and. Also, want to always remember to shout out Beat Break 87 FM, where Music Talk Radio lives, down in the AT Israel.
Atlanta.
Radio.
Home with a Waffle House and a Rump Shakers.
And that's it. That's our show for today, y'all. That's it. Yeah. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our family.
DOLEMITE.
I watched the Dolomite movie this week. The real Dolomite movie.
Right after I watched it, I watched the original.
Just so I can see your
right
house.
after. It's white,
for those of you who are not very well versed in Dolomite and might be confused because people keep saying the original and all, just to let you guys know. So this is the way it is. Rudy Ray Moore is an entertainer, actor, whatever, who portrays the character Dolomite. He started off portraying that character in stand-up, and then he went to do it in film. Okay, it's a character. Rudy Ray Moore is the man, right? And then this recent movie where Eddie Murphy plays Dolomite, he's actually playing Rudy Ray Moore. So it's a biography about the life of Rudy Ray Moore. It's not actually, because we saying original and stuff like that, it's not actually the same thing or a remake or anything like that. When they talk about the original, they mean the actual movie
called Dolomite
and the other various spin-off sequels and whatever else that he made, he being Rudy Ray Moore.
So and I also said Monkey Shine was the title of the movie. It wasn't Monkey Shine, it was Monkey Hustle.
Monkey Hustle, okay.
Yeah.
Less racist.
Somebody was like, somebody was telling me that they thought that the original Dolomite movies, the ones from back in the day, were real pimp movies. And I was like, you have to watch the biography so you can understand.
What do you mean they thought that they were real pimp movies?
Like they didn't think that it was like supposed to be funny.
No, because it's pimp culture.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what pimp culture adopted.
Yeah. So he was like, it's not funny. That's real. And I was like, go watch the movie.